Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Due to the overwhelming response that I received after announcing that I was no longer going to live stream, that I was switching back to Windows XP, that I didn't like the iPhone anymore, that I thought the PSP was better than the Nintendo DS, etc., 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 I'm reversing my decisions, and I'm going back to the way it was the day before April Fool's Day. Seriously, I think a lot of you have to check your calendars next time that happens. The dates were stamped into the videos, and it's funny because some people are commenting as if, I was, trying to make a valid point when in fact I was not, and you think the April 1 would have been a dead giveaway. However, I thought it was, even funnier when I got emails streaming in, begging and pleading, no, please keep streaming. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I will. I planned on it anyway. One heck of a gag, wouldn't you say? Certainly caught a lot of attention. We had like 20,000 views in a day on that video alone. I was quite impressed. And I guess that means I'll be doing live streaming for a long while. So I guess I'll have to come up with a better gag for the next April Fool's Day. You better be on your toes. I like this holiday, despite a few of the people who are curmudgeons when it comes to playing pranks on people. In fact, if you stopped by the live stream at live.pirillo.com at some point yesterday, you likely saw some part of the video inverted. There were a couple of telemarketing calls. One was pretty good. I didn't record it myself, but I guess someone in the community did. And you are the Rickroll King? Oh, LAAA, you think so. But no more Rickrolls for me. Maybe we'll make an annual thing, but, it's been done. I'm good to go. But I just wanted to tell everybody that I do like a good prank, and I do love April Fool's Day. Didn't really prank Ponzi other than getting this toy spider, the huge tarantula that was a remote control tarantula. I set it in the middle of the kitchen floor and waited for her to walk by, and unfortunately the remote control didn't work, and I could hear her kind of, walking around, and all of a sudden I heard her go, she's like, "That's not funny!" So apparently it looked too much like a toy. And to tell you the truth, I was even getting the willies when I was pulling that tarantula out of the box. Ugh. I don't like don't like spiders. I'm an arachnophobe, as is she. But that made it even funnier. So, just curious, what pranks did you play, or have you played on April Fool's Day? Did I catch you on any one of those things? And if so, you can feel free to stop commenting or sending me hate mail. So funny. Some of you guys spent so much time. Someone was so upset. They sent me a message saying, "I can't believe you're saying this. I'm unsubscribed." Exactly. D-Bork, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I kept getting called. But it's not true. It's all an April Fool's. But then again, I know. I kind of pushed the envelope. The worst, I'll tell you, prank that I think I ever played. I know I've been pranked a few times, but I mean, a Rickroll, that's one heck of a prank. The worst one that I ever played on my audience happened years ago, and it was long before live streaming. It was like late 90s, and I have a newsletter called Locker Gnome. Now it's called Pirillo's Picks, for the lack of a better word. And in this, I send this out to about 120,000 people with, my favorite picks and things that we publish on Locker Gnome and, through the video stream. And one year, I decided to use a mail merge command, and that would allow me to automatically include a user's email address within a certain array. I pretty much do it in the email newsletter anyway to surface the email to which the newsletter is getting sent to. So I moved this variable up to the top. I said, this is the stupidest thing I ever did. I said, my newsletter's getting too big. April 1st, remember it. My newsletter's getting too big. I'm sorry. I'm getting throttled, and I'm going to have to unsubscribe 10 people every day until I get this down to a manageable size. And without further ado, here are the first 10. And so I had like 7, and then number 8 was that person's email address, and then 9 and 10 were just, there were other fake emails. And, I just, made up. So, so, so they, I kid you not, our list grew that day, and we've been sending out for over 100,000 in that email every day. But that day, it grew by 20,000 people. I know that must be the magic number. But that many people resubscribed to Locker Gnome thinking that they'd been unsubscribed, and they resubscribed with a different email address. And it was pretty funny. It was funny up until the point where people were like cursing me out. How could you unsubscribe me? Or worse yet, how could you share my email address with everybody? Ah! And I had to like send out an immediate apology saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It was a practical joke. That was the worst. That was the worst. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh God, it was good. It was good. I don't think I've ever topped myself. That was it. And some people still remember that too. In fact, I remember getting approached one time. There was a woman that I didn't know her at all, but she asked if I was the person who sent out this newsletter. I said, yeah. She says, I still remember that time you played the April Fool's Day joke. I'm never going to live it down. And the people who knew, they remember it. That was a big one. I don't think I could get away with the same thing these days. I mean, that was way back in the day where not a lot of people were doing what I do now, or what I really did back then. So I've been at it for quite a while. I like a good prank. It's kind of hard for me to get pranked. I mean, because I've seen a lot, and not to say that it doesn't happen, but I enjoy pranking probably more than I enjoy getting pranked. So anyway, I try to keep it safe, family friendly as much as possible, and make sure that nobody gets hurt. I try not to do it at anybody's expense, other than their, well, it's fun to embarrass people. So anyway, my email address is chris@pirillo.com. If you remember that prank, or if I pranked you, don't feel too bad. A lot of other people, thousands of other people, were pranked as well, but none of it's true. Anything that I published yesterday is pretty much not true. But I am true to you and will continue to stream. And if you want to stop by the chat room and join us with the live video stream, you're welcome to pretty much anytime, day or night. Because we're always, here, typically talking tech. I'm usually working on a million other things, but every time I turn to the chat room, inevitably, they're talking about gaming, television, gaming, web browsers, gaming, Windows, Mac, PC, gaming, and sometimes there's a chance they'll talk about gaming. I'm just saying, hundreds of people are hanging out waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? We're at live.pirillo.com. We'll fool you later.